travelling. We love travelling, don't we?
We do love travelling. And, the great thing about travelling is that it can actually help with anxiety.
I know, it's, you think it could give you anxiety?
It could, well, yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about.
We're going to be chatting about all areas of travel and how helpful it can be if you are anxious or stressed out.
How good it can be for your mental health, actually, just broadening your horizons, as to say, psychologically and, on a physical level when you're actually going somewhere.
So join us in this episode of
Get Real with the English Sisters,
where we discuss everything really about mental health and anxiety and how it can help you live a more fulfilling and happier life.
Well, when you've got some tools up your sleeve, you kind of recognise.
Thinking we're not wearing sleeves today.
No, we're not.
You can see us on YouTube if you come and visit.
Yeah.
Well, they are kind of sleeves.
Well, yeah, but
shorts.
You could stick some tools up here. We've got like little short sleeves, little fluffy things. Anyway, but definitely. Travelling, it can cause stress at first, when you have to travel, but...
I was just thinking of our clients that have like fear of flying and things.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's nothing to laugh about.
But we have helped them, haven't we?
Definitely,
We've helped them overcome it and actually go and travel and how beneficial it's been for them.
Well, yeah, definitely. We had a client once who was terrified of flying. I do remember that. And then we managed to get him on a plane to Australia.
I know.
So
and
that's from Italy to Australia.
He actually enjoyed the flight, he said.
He enjoyed it. He enjoyed all the movies and he managed to relax. Yeah, that was great. That was satisfactory for us, wasn't it? Because...
I think he actually gives someone the freedom to be able to do something that they would have thought they would have never been able to do. Because if you're travelling locally, it's okay. You get on a bus or you can walk. Sometimes.
You're literally giving them wings, aren't you? So I mean, kudos to us. No, but it's true. When you can get on a plane.
Kudos to our training as hypnotherapists.
Yes,
it's hypnotherapy that's so amazing.
And it's to the client himself who actually wanted to make the change
and actually did it.
I mean, kudos to him, really.
Yeah, because really all the change happens within you.
Yeah,
we can only facilitate it with
exactly.
our learnings and our experience.
Exactly. We can say as much as we want to, but then it's the client who's actually going to make that change and actually, do the work. So...
Well, travelling has many benefits. What I notice about is when I don't want to travel, that's when I know I have to travel.
Yeah.
Like when
you're right. Yeah.
Like when I really can't be bothered and I think, no, I've got too much on, that's when I know I have to plan a trip that's when I know I'm feeling a bit like
Well, that's what we've decided, isn't it? Yeah. Whenever we say, no, I can't be bothered to do that, can't be bothered to do that.
And sometimes
all the hassle.
I'm not going to say it's hard because it sounds terrible, but sometimes it's harder for us because we live in Italy and we've kind of already travelled here from London. Even though it was 30 years ago, but we felt as if we've done quite a bit of travelling. And we like being here, it's so beautiful and sunny that you don't feel as if you need to get away to the sunshine.
Yes, I agree, yeah.
Like many of our colleagues in England, for instance.
They're travelling so much on vacation.
They're always looking to go on vacation to get a bit of sun. But here we're like spoilt with the sunshine and we live in such a beautiful area that sometimes we think, what's the point of travelling? You just go somewhere else and it's not even as nice as it is here.
Yeah, I know. But then again, we've realised over time it's a big mistake to stay in the same place. The truth is we thrive on new experiences. The human mind does like comfort. But the human mind actually thrives when it's presented with new visuals, new experiences, new things to taste, all
olfactory, things to smell.
It's all those experiences is what really, what we actually all thrive on them.
Yeah.
So one thing is just, living your comfortable life, but one thing is actually, stimulating and having things that actually get you excited. And that's, oops, got a little ant on me again. What's going on?
Ants in your pants.
I don't know. Was it an ant? No, like I got bitten the other day, so
You're a bit suspicious, aren't you?
I'm very suspicious. It does look like a tiny ant. Look at that. It was on me again.
That is an ant.
Weird. Oh well. Anyway, sorry about that. Just that I didn't want to get bitten again. No, honestly, I got like 4 tiny bites, but they've been so itchy. I've had to take
I had
it.
terrible experience with ants, haven't we?
Well,
From when we were little, from what our dad used to tell us
God,
about the
yes.
fact when he stood, when he was little and he
In the army, not when he
slept
was
ag-
when
it
he
when
was
he
a
was in the
soldier.
army?
When he was a soldier, he said he said he fell asleep against a tree, and they were red ants.
He said they
And
stuck
they-
inside him.
Yeah. Ugh,
They
God,
bit him.
yeah.
He said they were half in and half out.
Oh, that's all I needed to hear. Now I feel itchy and grossed out. Anyway.
Well, that's what you get when you travel.
Well, yeah,
You get-
that's it.
you get the bugs, don't you?
It's like the bugs have come to me now in the studio. I mean, you do get the bugs. You
get
get
the bugs.
you get the mosquitoes. You get stuff that that maybe you think, oh, I can't be bothered with all of that, but then you get so much more as well. The colours.
Well, they were
The-
just.
the-
I was listening to a podcast about smell, and they were just saying how the nose is directly linked to your brain.
Oh yeah, we know.
So
that.
when you smell
It's
and
one of
you
the oldest,
smell, when
yeah.
you smell and you smell, it goes directly. That's why you can always, remember smell so much.
Right. Yeah.
And so imagine when you go to a new country, how the smells are so different to what we're used to what you're normally used to, aren't they?
yeah, I'm trying to think of the smells
Do you
now in
remember
new
before
countries.
when we
yeah.
went to London? Do you remember
London
before
does
the
smell
pandemic,
different.
how we could
Yeah,
smell
to
the
Rome.
sewers?
Oh God.
I mean, they're
yeah.
not always pleasant smells,
No.
but they get stuck. It's like like a sensory experience, isn't it?
The sewers. I mean, come on. I can't really remember that, but I think
yes,
yeah.
you can.
Is it because it was raining or something? Oh yeah, now I can remember
It's because it was muggy.
It was muggy. Yeah.
I was thinking it was.
Do you know what?
We
I'm
were going
thinking
down
about
the little
tulips. I was thinking about.
But I was thinking that near where we stayed, near the Tower of London, we were going around those
the
back
little
streets
roads. Yeah.
that were they weren't cobbled, but you almost felt as if it was medieval kind of thing.
Yeah, you're right.
And
yeah.
the smell of
Smell of the sewers.
It took me right back to medieval England.
As if you were there. This is what you've imagined it. Because like when you see a film, you can imagine, by looking at a you were there. Yeah, of course we've lived in medieval. Look, this is getting itchy here. I mean, anyway, yeah. It's true. It's
We've lived
true.
in medieval England, did you say?
No, it's like when you see films, somehow you
relive it, don't you?
imagine as if you can smell.
Yes.
That's the interesting thing about watching a really good movie, for example.
Because you see the faces, don't
you're
you?
transported, yeah. If you see somebody prepare like freshly baked bread, and there's a scene where the bread comes out, and you can see like that little smoke. It's a smell you recognise, and it's almost as if you can smell it. It can literally make your mouth water, even though you can't smell it because it's on a screen. But that's what I mean. It's like when you said it's like reminded me of medieval England. I thought, what, medieval England? As if you've lived there.
Well, I think
We're not that old. We're like,
If we did hypnosis regression, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
Some of our colleagues really believe in this regression, don't
Well,
they?
yes, they do.
And what about
it's
people that believe that you've been reincarnated?
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. That could well be. Who knows?
So we don't know about these things really, but
No.
I went to a museum once. That's also traveling
Yeah.
to York. I went to a museum. It was like a medieval, and
Really?
you'd go down and you'd smell and you
maybe
see the
that's why.
dungeons.
And they would
you'd
have
see
smells.
people. They would have smells as well.
You're joking.
No, it was
They're
like a
made-
reliving it.
An interactive thing.
Yeah, it was
with
all
smells.
interactive. Yeah,
Gosh, that's amazing.
yeah, it was pretty good.
they get the smells?
Well, I'm not sure if they had. I think
I don't think
they
they
did
did. I
have
think
smells, or they described. No, they did have smells because I remember the kids were little and they were like holding their noses and they said, "Hold your
Really?
nose here,"
Oh, wow. Well, that's very, very accurate. Okay.
because there'd be a bit of a pond.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. That
Anyway,
amazing.
that's what happens when you travel. You experience new things that you wouldn't normally.
No, yeah. I mean, well, as I used to be an air hostess, so I've traveled extensively throughout my lifetime, and it is true that certain places, like if I think of Bangkok, I think of the smell of the traffic in the city centre, but I also think of the smell of the sweet fruits and the flowers. They were like so intense. That
Different.
smell, yeah, very different to Europe.
Yeah, because I think the
Different
flowers smell
smell.
here as well, but we can't smell them because we're used to them.
We're
It's
used
like
to
when
it,
you wear your
yeah.
favourite perfume, you can't smell it
Exactly,
anymore.
yeah, you can't smell it. So, but when you travel somewhere else, you can, all of a sudden you notice these different things. Like in Japan as well, Japan has a different smell to other places as well. I remember when I went to Tokyo, I thought, gosh, the smells. I mean, they weren't bad.
They were
They were
nice.
just, yeah, they were just very
Different.
different, yeah. And if you go to like India and other places, you can definitely pick up on all the fragrances and the amazing, herbs and spices and also some of the stinky stuff too. Like the sewers, like what you were saying, yeah. So definitely. So I do think that when you do travel, it kind of makes you be there in the moment, doesn't it?
Well, I think it resets you.
Do you really believe that? Gosh, like when you reset the router,
Yeah.
it's like you turn it off for a bit and
Because
then you go somewhere and then
Yeah,
it works
because
better.
when you're just in your home wherever you live, you're just living your daily life like in almost in a trance, as we could say, almost in a
Yeah,
hypnotic trance. You're just day in day out, just doing, repeating, doing, getting up, blah 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 blah.
there's
But
no,
there's no. But this is like turning your daily life off and resetting and doing something completely different that you wouldn't be doing in your daily
yeah,
life.
you're right. Your eyes see different
Yeah.
things. Your nose experiences new smells. Your ears,
Everything's
everything
new.
is
The
new.
currency
Yeah.
was probably different unless it's in euro and you've got the euro. But if you're going out of Europe, you've got a different currency. Everything's like a new thing, a different thing to what you would normally be doing.
Yeah, so it
So
forces you to come out, doesn't
yeah,
it?
it
And
forces you to come out of your hypnotic trance, if we're going to
trance,
say,
yeah, of your normal day to day trance,
of
and
your daily drudge.
and all of a sudden, you see things, different
And if
things.
you are anxious, and yes, you can do things like to help yourself. So if you, for instance, if you don't like camping, don't go on a camping trip.
Oh no,
If
obviously
it's going to
make
give
it
you anxiety,
no,
do something that
no,
you're going to enjoy
yes,
to the best ability, because there's always going to be some
some
discomfort.
discomfort. That's
But
what I
that's what's
mean.
good as well, because the
Yeah,
discomfort brings you out of your daily, it brings
yeah,
you out of your own brain.
it kind of does. Yeah, you itchy again. Yeah, I mean, one thing
I
as soon
think
as
it's just a suggestive now. We're just
suggestion, yeah.
imagining it. But I bet you're getting itchy over there when you're listening, because you know what it's like,
Yeah, as soon as
don't
one
you?
person talks about being
It's like
itchy,
when one person sneezes,
or
everyone
they
sneezes.
have an itchy nose, then anyway, we
It's the
talk.
power of suggestion, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, very much so. Well, I know it is. Yeah.
So I mean, don't force yourself to get out of your comfort zone too much when you're traveling,
No,
unless
because
you've
you're
never
already
done
doing
it.
something
Yeah,
new.
you
Let's
want.
face it, you're already doing it.
So make it as easy as possible, I would suggest. As
Me
stress
too.
free as
Yes,
possible.
stress free.
Choose a
Yeah.
nice location to go to, somewhere you think you'll enjoy, and then just go for it. Or otherwise, you might be feeling really wild all of a sudden and want to do something completely different because it
Yeah.
takes your fancy. And
Does take your fancy,
and don't let that fancy like go away and then think, oh no,
No,
because it's
because
easy to forget about
oh
it.
my gosh, it's so easy
Yeah.
to just say, oh God, that's a bit of a
Then it
hassle.
becomes like a bucket list thing that you never end up doing. You end up doing when
No.
you're like 90.
Yeah, they're
Because
so frustrating. Yeah.
if you've always wanted to do something, if you're listening like you've always wanted
Wanted
to
to,
travel to
yeah.
Europe or to America or to Asia or wherever it is, India, just say, right now I'm going to start making plans, because
Yes.
even planning a trip, it's been proven that it helps with
Gosh,
anxiety
yeah,
and stress.
definitely. Your mind is already there, as to say. You're planning it, you're starting, you can, oh, wow, those flights, okay, yeah, yeah. And you start getting excited, planning the itinerary, seeing all that hotel, wherever, you could want to stay in a treehouse
Yeah,
hotel.
what
There are
what
some
you're going to
beautiful,
wear
yeah,
as well.
yeah, we plan what we're going to wear, don't we?
We love that. That's our favourite bit.
Well, yeah. Yeah, well, that I think a lot of people, if you have to plan what you're going to wear, but the fact that we, do wear the same identical clothing, it does make it, a little bit more. We have to think about it more.
Well, when we're going
As
on a
the English
business trip,
sisters, yes, as the English sisters, yeah, yeah, not on a normal holiday.
not on a holiday.
No, no.
But we do consider them holidays, don't we, when we travel as the English sister? Because we sneak the holiday in, don't we?
Well, yeah, because we sneak it in. You're right. Yeah, so it's always fun. That's for sure. It's always fun. So yeah, we sneak it in.
It's always time for ourselves, isn't it? Time that we enjoy, because since we like being together so much, it's time that we can just have for ourselves and
Yeah, and
enjoy.
just have a laugh and
Yeah.
just yep, definitely that is fun.
Yeah, and so if you have to go on business trips as well, you can also kind of sneak a little holiday in there as well.
Oh, I think that's the best way to sort
Yeah.
of deal with these trips. Really,
Yeah.
is not close your mind off and say, "Oh, drag, I have to go." I don't know.
Maybe stay an extra day and go and visit something you've always wanted to see,
Or even
go
if
and-
you can't
go and
stay.
go and stay
I mean, let's say the
in the evening.
conference. Yeah, there's probably some time in the morning or after 6 p.m. where you can still browse around and check out the cafes and try and not to just go back into your hotel room and go order in, for example. I mean, you can order in if you want, because I can understand that, because when I used to travel so much, I used to be really tired,
yeah.
and just want to order in. But then there's always some kind of experience to be had by just, going out a little bit.
And experiencing the
Yeah,
culture.
the culture, yeah, definitely.
You talk to new people, don't you?
Yeah, you definitely talk. Even if you're just sitting, I used to have to eat alone many times in the restaurants and just go alone if nobody else wanted to come, none of the crew. I remember thinking, obviously it's nicer if you can get 2 or 3 people to come with you, but if you can't, it's lovely as well.
Well, it's enjoyable because you're in a new place.
Yeah.
I remember when we went to Barbados that time, when you could hear the birds so loudly.
I
was
know.
so shocked by that.
Yeah, me too.
Because I can't really hear
I don't
them
think
here.
I've heard them that loud in any other place. I've never really noticed it. No, not as loud as that. Not even, in Africa or anywhere else. I've never heard the birds quite as loud as those birds there. I don't know, it's because what we're doing with the ant thing, that once one of us said
suggestible.
it. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, all you can hear are birds. Because you remember, I think I said it, and then you said, oh my God, the birds, they're so loud. Because our husband hadn't even heard the birds. My husband said, what birds? So, maybe we were just being very suggestible and
Heightened awareness.
yeah, it was oh my God, you suddenly focus on those birds. But I do remember the minute we got out of the aircraft, well, that's what you call it, the airplane, the airplane, thinking once we got into that airport, there was a hummingbird there. Come on, talk about things.
Is it inside the airport?
It was inside the airport.
It's like here when we see pigeons inside.
Yeah, exactly. But it was the most beautiful thing. I thought, gosh, I felt like I was in some kind of fake place because do you remember that tiny hummingbird? I thought, wow. And I guess maybe that was like the prelude to seeing and listening to all these other birds. I don't know. I mean, if any of you have been there, maybe some people, you live there, you probably can't even hear them if you live there.
You probably tell us that they are loud there.
Because you tune off if you live there. Yeah. Like the other day.
You're so used to hearing
You're used to it. Like here in the countryside, here in Italy where we live, when I leave my window open at night, I will wake up to the sound of the birds. So, but if I'm not focusing on them, you don't hear them as much. But if I suddenly... The other day I was thinking, gosh, they make a racket though.
They do sometimes.
They were like, especially now, in this period when we're getting towards the summer. Gosh.
I've got them, the ones I'm not keen on are the ones that...
The ones you're scared of because you think
I'm
for the
not
dog.
scared of them, no.
When the dog was a puppy.
No, the crows. They make such a noise.
Yeah,
they wake me up.
Really? Oh, you've got a lot of them around your house.
Around.
Crowing around, yeah.
Quawking, whatever it's called. Gawking, I don't know what they call it, the noises they make. They're so loud.
Do they actually wake you up?
Terrible. It's worse than an alarm. Luckily now we've managed, I don't know if they were looking for their baby or something, it was a particular time. Now we've managed that they've gone.
They're highly intelligent.
No, they've gone round the other side of the house, so they're not where our bedroom is.
Oh, that's good.
So I don't hear them as much now. They don't bother me. But otherwise, they make such a loud noise.
Yeah, they actually make. I remember those crows. I mean, I've had them here as well. Do you know what they do? They go to the nut tree next doors. They've got that massive tree filled with walnuts. They come on the top of my roof, since our bedroom is near the roof. And they come and they throw the nuts there so that they're open so they can eat them. Because I've heard this, like, one day we heard, like, and then I remember telling someone, I can't remember someone, I think it was the builder or something. I said, there's this loud noise. He goes, that's the crows, they're throwing the nuts.
I see walnuts in my garden.
I used to think it was a rat, which was really creepy, so now I prefer.
I see, we haven't got a walnut tree, and I see walnuts half open.
They might be the rats
empty.
as well, and the mice.
They said they were the crows.
Well,
last
no.
Time.
Did I? No.
Last time you told me they were the crows.
Probably the rats. You're probably thinking, where on earth do these people live?
Rats. Crows.
I mean, it's all nature, isn't it?
Cats and dogs.
Cats and
boars.
Yeah.
There was a whole family of boars in the field the other day. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. There's
Anyway, I mean, we recommend you travel, and if you come to Italy, to Rome, come and say hi to us.
Come and say hi.
If we're around, we'd love to meet up as well. There's no reason why we can't come and have a coffee with you.
Yeah, have a cappuccino.
So that would be cute.
That would be really cute. So yeah, get more travel in, definitely. That's the advice. Even if you think you can't be bothered, or I mean, I don't know. People think they can't be bothered. Sometimes I get
financially it's a bit of a struggle as well. But if you think
it's
can
always
save up
usually
a
struggle financially.
Yeah, but sometimes if you
put
save
that
up
money.
a bit and you don't do other things that you would need.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you're right.
It's worth it, isn't it?
Well,
in the
yeah.
end? It's all about priorities in the end, isn't it?
It is,
What you prioritise your spending on.
And you might think, no, I'm far too anxious at the moment now to plan a trip or to think about a trip, but it's actually quite the opposite.
And I think even if you can't go away for a whole week, even a day trip.
Day trips are good too.
But like travelling, even if you can just travel for a couple of days or something.
Yeah,
that's good
as well.
Long weekend, a weekend.
Day trips are great. Go to a day trip, I don't know, to the sea. Is
that actually considered travelling?
Of course it's travelling. Anything is travelling. You're moving, you're travelling.
Yeah, it's not a holiday, it's travel.
It's travel, yeah. We're talking about travel here. Travel is getting on a train, getting in the car.
Do you remember when we lived in Quinn, we'd get on that train that go into Brighton?
Yeah.
It'd be like a completely different experience.
That was a different experience because you were going to the sea.
We could smell the sea.
You can
remember it, the cobbles,
me too,
the stones.
What about the
rock,
the seagulls,
the candy,
the noise, since we're talking about birds.
I remember we used to buy that hard candy, practically break our teeth on it.
That's just candy, they still have that.
It's called Brighton Rock, wasn't it?
Was it? I didn't know that. Yeah. Well, it's just sugar, really, isn't it?
Pure sugar.
Pure sugar with a
It's
little
really
swirl.
hard.
Yeah.
You used to just have to suck it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Because if you used to try and bite it, it would break your teeth.
Yeah, it's part of the fun, though, wasn't it? And the fish and chips.
I remember the smell of that candy. It was
Me
very
too.
Sweet, yeah.
Didn't they have
It's
the
a
mint
pink,
flavour or
yeah,
something?
they had the
Yeah,
mint
didn't
one.
like that as much, but yeah.
Fish and chips.
And then you would think you'd have to bring candy back for your friends, so I would always buy some candy, for the friends, because it was like a trip, even though we would just literally get on the train.
Yeah.
It was like cost of not
It used
that
to
much.
be expensive.
Was it expensive because we were poor? Yeah.
But I remember we used to save up for it.
Would we go like just on our own, or was it always with mum and dad?
No, we would go when we were older.
Yeah,
when we were like 15 or something.
We would use our cleaning money and things that we would do the cleaning of the houses. Yeah. Oh, that was sweet. We would go there. Yeah, that was fun. I can remember it.
It's cute.
A dip away from your usual life, away from the city. It's like
it was so different for us.
That's what I mean. It doesn't take much. You can get on a coach, just go somewhere else. You live in the city, go to the countryside. You'll experience different things, smells and sights.
Yeah, one time when I was a student, we lived in Bristol, and we went on a day trip to Cheddar Gorge, I think it was called. And it was a beautiful place. It was like a gorge, like a valley, and it had a river in it, and they had delicious like scones with jam and tea, and it was a totally different experience to being in Bristol.
That's what I mean, and it's like one day.
Bristol.
There you go.
Yeah, they stuck in your memory because they're so special.
There you go.
They're places that you don't normally see, and that they're different to what you normally experience. So they get stuck.
They get stuck there, and you get like a mental photo, and you can always go back to it. And think, So I think that's why it's important to do these things, to plan for them. The
planning is such an enjoyable part as well.
The planning is, yeah. Sometimes I get a bit tired, like when you have to book them and that.
It can be a bit stressful.
Yeah, it's like
it's worth it.
It's definitely worth it. Gosh, yeah. 100-fold worth it.
And you can make mistakes as well. Once I made a mistake, I put the wrong name.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty stressful.
Because I've got
passport.
my married name and then my Zugo, the single name, and a maiden name. And here in Italy, we keep our maiden name, and in the UK, we have the other name, the married name.
The married surname.
I'd put the maiden name in, and we couldn't get on the flight. Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember it.
We had a bit of a laugh about it, didn't we?
No, I think you had to buy a new ticket in the end.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
It was a bit of an expensive mistake, but anyway.
But yeah,
still worth it.
Yeah, I mean, in the end,
it's
something you laugh about later, isn't it?
Yeah, you do. And you don't do it again.
No, you don't do it again. You're the one that's bought the tickets this time home. You've done them right, because we'll be going to London soon.
I think when this comes out, we've already been.
Yes. Well, let's hope we'll be going again.
Oh, definitely again.
So it's a continuous thing. It's not
and then
just one time thing. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
New York.
Well, I want to hear where you're going, what trip you're going to be planning for your own mental health.
You can give us some ideas as well.
Give us some ideas, and please do come and see us on Instagram at Get Real with the English Sisters, or Twitter, or anywhere, the English Sisters. And also please do spend a few minutes to give us a review, 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Apparently that's the one that's favoured, even though you can listen to this podcast on all platforms.
Right, okay then.
And that really helps us, doesn't it?
That really helps us grow, yeah. And
we
leave a comment.
We look forward to seeing you on our YouTube channel as well, at the English Sisters, where you can leave a comment too there. Say hi.
Right then, let's go and plan
Let's
a
go
trip.
and travel. Go and pack our suitcases.
Wonderful.
Lots of love and smiles from the English Sisters.